Kia ora and welcome to Tarmac. Today I've got my hands on Subaru's most powerfulest SUV. It's the Outback XT 2.4 litre turbo. Basically, the GOAT has gone turbo. Come, let's take a look at this. Now for this upgraded or more powerful Outback, what Subaru have done is added two basic versions, which is the XT, which is this one, and the XT Touring. The Touring is basically the more premium offering. This one actually doesn't lack anything, so don't worry about that. Looking around the front, you can tell it's basically a nice big black front grille here. You've got your Subaru badging, you've got projector LED headlights, you've got LED fog lights, but again, very similar front. What lies underneath is the big thing. Oddly, I didn't know that. I would have thought there'd have been a turbo sort of a scoop on the front here, but there isn't. So it is quite sedate looking, but it is quite fierce. Again, we'll get to this in a minute. Carrying on round the side of the car, what we've got is 18-inch black alloys. There's plenty of rubber here, and it actually does absorb much of the road that's coming, or the road gravel surfaces underneath. It really does make this vehicle travel very smoothly. Continuing down, you've got the roof racks here, or roof rails, with these nice sort of bright green tie down spots to make sure you know where you can strap down whatever adventure gear you're going to take out, and this has got enough space and a vehicle size to do that. It's got 213 millimeters of ride height, so essentially that means that you can, I guess that's why they're calling an SUV. To me it still looks like a station wagon, but there you go. And also a nice green Outback badge that you can actually let you know it's an Outback. Actually in true Outback style. I mean, you can probably tell the wind's blowing, it's howling a gale. We really are out in the wilderness for you guys. That's how much we love you. But anyway, moving further forward, you've got a roof line spoiler here, obviously a windscreen wiper or a rear windscreen wiper. You've got the XT badging, making sure you know what you're in, and also the Subaru all-wheel drive, the synchronous all-wheel drive or symmetrical all-wheel drive that you've got to love. Also the tailgate, I'm told that it's a kicker tailgate, but I can't seem to get to kick it. I may be too small to register it. But anyway, opening it up, what you've got is plenty of space to put all of your wares, all of your stuff for your outdoor adventures and things like that. So plenty of space here. But let's get to the business end, under the bonnet. What with this Outback now has is basically the engine straight out of the WRX. So it's a 2.4 litre turbocharged engine that gives you, when it's married to its 8-speed CVT, 183 kilowatts of power and 350 newton meters of torque. We're going to see if we can find out what the 0 to 100 is, but well, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty damn good. And also when it comes to fuel efficiency, it's around about 9 litres per 100 kilometres. So not exactly frugal, but then this is going to be a most powerful vehicle. The other thing is there's no bonnet scoop, as we pointed out earlier, but as it turns out, the airflow comes through here and kicks out here straight into the intercooler. So it does keep it cool, and cool it is. Now, for those that have been in a more modern Outback, the interior won't be too much of a surprise for you. It is essentially the same, but it does come with these, I guess, well, marketing talk would probably call it vegan leather or something like that. I just think it's got a lovely, nice feel to it. It's just more sort of easy wipe sort of vinyl. The good thing about it is it does have this contrast, or this green contrast stitching, which does give it that upmarket feel. The other thing to do with the dashboard here, it comes in sort of layers, so you've got a nice sort of softish rubber top. You've got a nice easy wipe sort of middle trim bit, more contrast stitching, and places for everything. So as you can move into the sort of center console here, nice big gear lever, gear changer, your stuff so you can see where you're going on, look around your video cameras all the way around here. Nice handbrake here, so sort of it must be a sort of handbrake by wire or whatever you call it. Plenty of spaces for your, I guess, your big gulps, as far as, because you're going to be on those big adventures. So a huge amount of coffee cups here. And then moving on to a lovely, again, it's that sort of vinyl-y thing, but it does feel like leather. Steering wheel with plenty, I mean, there are plenty of dials here. I'll see if I can show you from here. Sort of analog with a little bit of digital on the instrument cluster, and a nice big infotainment screen, which is actually 11.8 inches. So much to go on there, so let's have a look at that. Like I said, 11.8 inches of, you know, portrait style video screen or infotainment screen. It's really easy to read and navigate around, which is, I guess, is good for when you're in the Outback or whatever you're doing in your Outback. Anyway, so obviously media across here, your radio, your maps for wherever you're going to go. There's your home button, nice and easy. Phone connection, you've got your auto start stop, you've got car information where you can depth through and see which sort of elevations and I don't know which side and whatever degrees you're on, and also if you need any maintenance, which I think these have got a 3-year or 5-year maintenance program, so no worries from there. Flick through again, you can pin lock, you can add shortcuts for different things and put your display on and off. The other stuff is across the top here, so you can see you've got your radio station here. You can go into your navigation, then you've got tests onto how much acceleration and things like that you've got, again with your angles. And the other thing is your X mode, so whether you're in snow and dirt, deep snow, mud, or just your normal drive. So really good, very easy to access, very easy to sort of flick around. Your volume control obviously here. This one is, as it's the sort of standard model, you've got a 6-speaker stereo, I believe. If you go up to the touring, you've got the more modern, more premium sound system, and this stuff's really good. This is the driver monitoring system, so this keeps an eye on you while you're keeping an eye on the road. Like I said, there's plenty of stuff going on the steering wheel. This side is more to do with your entertainment, so you've got your change of radio stations where you're getting your media from, also your calls and that sort of stuff, and voice control and volume. This bit here flicks up and down your TFT in the middle, which you can again find out stuff that you want and get the information you want. Moving over to this side, you've got more of your adaptive cruise control, where you can set your distances and also your speed limits and things like that. The two big buttons I want to point out here are your normal drive modes, which basically, as you see up the top here, gives you that linear driving acceleration side, and this bit here, which gives you sport, a more abrupt off the mark speed. And since we're in sport, let's go take it for a ride. Now, I'm not going for the most rapid takeoffs quite now, because we're on one of New Zealand's many, and I mean many, unsealed roads. But the thing that I wanted to point out straight off is just how comfortable this Outback rides on these really challenging, I mean, these are logging roads, which I don't know if anybody knows, but they've got all these grades on them. They're all this sort of, they're corrugated essentially. And this is just running on them like they're not here, like there's just normal tarmac roads. It's actually quite bizarre and quite uncanny. But anyway, I guess that's what the Outback's all about, is about giving it, you know, regardless of where you venture. Now we're on tarmac road. There's no difference. My voice is not warbling. No, not more than normal anyway. But it is about the adventure and about where this vehicle can take you. And I actually get the feeling that, although in my opinion it's not an SUV, it's more of a wagon, it will be able to take you where you want to go. Then there's the powertrain. As you guys would probably have seen our WRX video, which I hope you have, the powertrain is not as aggressive as the old WRX used to be, but boy, you look down and all of a sudden you're in almost license losing territory. So it's really quick, picks up nicely, and it's also very smooth. You get two opportunities to change the power delivery, so they're both on the steering wheel here. You've got a nice sort of more linear takeoff, and well, as you can see, it's just a nice smooth takeoff. Or you've got the sport mode, which gives you more get up there quickly and then just relax from there. So no prizes for guessing which one I prefer, but then you're entering into less efficiency. So I've had it for about 4 or 5 days now, and the petrol needle's on half. So if you're looking to, you may have to stop once or twice if you're going to go for long runs, but it's still fun. Then comes the fact that it just handles nicely. It's a really smooth handler in corners, particularly because, like I said, this is supposed to be an SUV, and with a 213 millimeter sort of ride height, it's, it doesn't wallow as much as, or anywhere near as I thought it would do, or as a standard SUV would. The tech is really cool. As we've already gone through, this screen is easy to navigate around and got plenty of functions. And also the good thing about it, while you're watching the road, it's watching you. So it's got this driver sensing thing that tells you whether you're being drowsy or just not taking good care or paying enough attention to the road. It has caught me out a few times. It nags me like my wife does. Anyway, comfort is great. Visibility all round is good, providing you don't have that the back strip or the back parcel shelf sort of in its up position. So again, you've got real good of all around visibility. The door mirrors are nice and wide as well, which is good for if you want to do towing. And while we're on that, this now has the towing capability of 2.4 tons, up from the 2 tons that it had before. So if you've got all those toys, you can now tow more of them, which is what you're after, I'm sure, if you're an Outback driver. And I actually want to be an Outback driver, because I'm going to get the gear for it. I'm going to get a tent and all that sort of stuff and sort things out. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay as a city. When it comes to driver's aids, there's plenty of them. 360-degree cameras and blind spot, all that sort of stuff. So you've got plenty of safety stuff going on. And also you can charge your phone easily enough. This being the standard, not the upmarket Tourer, does only have an 8-speaker stereo rather than a premium sound system, but to be honest, it's actually not bad. It's not deafening, but really pretty good. The quality is pretty much there. All round, nice vehicle. Love the extra power. I'll see if I can show you the 0 to 100 bit now. So there you have it, the new Subaru Outback XT 2.4 litre turbo all-wheel drive. There you go, it's a mouthful, but then it is a mouthful of a car. It's got the WRX powertrain, and quite deservingly it's quick off the mark, and even more fun to drive than the original one, I guess. Yeah. Love the extra capabilities. So the fact that I can take 400 kilograms of more stuff on the road with me and just get there a lot quicker and get to my adventure a lot quicker has got to be a good thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.